What's up, world? This your guy Guitar K, and today we're going to be talking about choosing the hard way over the easier way. We're going to be talking about getting out of our comfort zone, man. Look, comfort breeds weakness. You know, when you choose the hard way, you build character, you build strength. You know, people take the road less traveled. You know, everybody want to get on that crowded road, you know, where everybody's looking. Everybody want the popularity. Everybody want to do what feels good, man. But today we're going to focus on doing right, not being right. We're going to focus on walking right, not just talking right. It's not a popularity contest, man. We're going to talk about building character from the inside. Now, in treatment programs, they say that not many addicts stay clean. It's a real low percentage. And I'm here to say that it's because many of us are not willing to put in the hard work. Now, it's easy to get clean. You just stop using. But the hard work is to shed your old behaviors. You know, the principles of the recovery program, the principles that's in the Bible. Turning the other cheek. You know, stop going after the low-hanging fruit. You know, start being patient. Start practicing some humility. Start being generous. Now, let's say you stop doing what you used to do. It's easy. You just stop. But you got to go all the way the other way. You can't just stop in the middle and be stagnant. That's where complacency comes in. Let me give you some real good, real world examples. Now, you can stop being greedy and then you're just stuck in the middle. You can't do that. You got to go all the way the other way and start being generous. Yeah, it's better to give than receive. You can't just stop being greedy and then just be stuck in the middle of no man's land. You got to pick a side. The Bible says come hot or cold. All this on the fence stuff, you got to pick a side. You can't try to serve two masters. So many times people will just stop doing a behavior, but you still need passion and purpose towards something. So if you turn your passion and purpose that was once towards greed, you now got to turn that passion and purpose towards being generous. Let's say if you was narcissistic, self-centeredness, it was all about you, and your passion and purpose was just about getting for yourself, doing for yourself. Now you got to turn that passion and purpose towards practicing humility. This keeps you from being complacent. You're practicing something. You're openly practicing to be humility. You're looking for every opportunity to be humble. This is the type of stuff that you got to start doing, man. Let's say that if you used to be real perverted, you know, you watch a lot of porn, you're chasing after every girl you see. You can't just stop doing it. Now you have to be vigilant in living a pure life. You have to be vigilant at it. You see Big Booty Judy walking down the street, you see her. Okay, now you don't do a double take. You don't keep looking at her. You don't follow her around the store looking at her. You seen her once, that's good enough. Let it go. Now you got to start living clean and pure. That girl you disrespecting is somebody's mother. That's somebody's sister. And that's how you got to start looking at it now. You got to shed your own way, man. Do not be conformed to the patterns of the world. You got to break your old patterns. And just stopping doing what you used to do is not going to break the pattern. Eventually, you're going to backslide into that old way if you're not constantly pushing forward into a new way. And it's not easy. That's why I said we got to choose the hard way instead of the easy way. It's easy to stop doing something. It's not so easy to keep going from those old behaviors, man. Let's say if you were somebody that used to always compare and judge and be negative. Now, definitely stop doing that. But once you stop doing it, now you got to be a person that congratulates. You got to be a person that gives people their flowers. You got to be a person that claps when somebody gets their reward. Like I said, you can't just stop the old behavior. Now you got to start practicing new things. It's kind of like a cake that bakes in the oven. You're not fully baked if you just stop in the middle. On the outside, you look nice and done. Oh, it looks so tasty. But as soon as you take a bite, the middle is all undone and gooey. That's why people don't stay clean, because they don't go through the whole process and come out and be well done. See, you got to bake it till it's done, man. You know, when you stick that fork in there, you know, grandma used to stick that fork in there and it come out and it still got some dough on it. She's like, oh no, it needs to stay in the oven a little bit longer, man. See, people want this microwave fixes. No, it's a process. It's a constant process. You got to keep building and keep building and keep building. It doesn't stop. You can't get complacency when you're trying to get better, man, because complacency will kill you. Complacency will kill your efforts. You got to be constantly going forward, constantly try to get better. So we usually like to use a word called conviction. You got to be convicted towards getting better. You pick conviction over convenience. Because so many people just like to be in what's convenient, what feel good. I'm telling you, man, that was a problem in the first place. You always wanted to just go with what felt good. Now, you got to get uncomfortable sometimes. You can't keep going towards what feel good. You got to be convicted that even when it's not comfortable, you still got to push through. You still got to break through. Your success is on the other side of what used to feel good. Your success is on the other side of the pain. It's on the other side of the discomfort, man. Look, real faith and real strength is forged in the hard way. My grandmother used to say, you always go for the low-hanging fruit. The low-hanging fruit is not as fresh as the fruit that's at the top. You got to keep climbing, keep climbing. Don't you pick the fruit off the ground because it's easy. It's right there. You pick the low-hanging fruit because it's right there. No, man. We got to start choosing the hard way. You can't talk your way into success. You got to work your way into it. You got to be patient. You got to wait for yourself. You got to wait for your turn in line. You can't just be out here rushing and ripping and running. So much time people be doing a lot but ain't getting nothing done. That's because they want them quick fixes. It's called instant gratification. Look, man, right now in my process, I'm so turned off by instant gratification that I rarely get any gratification at all. But my gratification comes from the process. It's not an end game to it. It's not like that I'm looking for an end game to it. I'm learning to enjoy the journey. And my gratification comes from the journey. Is it easy to look at it that way? No, it's not. But like I said, I can't look for it to be easy. I'm just looking for it to work. And right now, day by day, it's working. Every day, I'm starting to get a little bit better. I'm starting to build up character. I'm starting to build up strength. Look, man, when you're grounded in conviction, you do right just because it's the right thing to do. It don't matter who's looking. It don't matter about no accolades. It don't matter about nobody giving you an attaboy and claps. Because when you're doing it for those things, when you don't get the accolades and you don't get the attaboys and nobody's clapping, you start slacking. That's the problem right there. Look, man, when you're doing stuff that's for yourself, stuff that's going to build yourself up, it's for you. You don't need nobody egging you on. You don't need nobody clapping for you. I remember I used to want extra allowance for cleaning my room or extra allowance for getting good grades. But the whole time, those things are benefiting me. Good grades benefit me. My room being clean is benefiting me already. You don't get anything extra for doing what you're supposed to do. And I know it's hard to look at it that way, but it's the truth. The truth will set you free. We got to start looking at it the hard way. Look, man, we choose integrity over convenience. We choose faithfulness over popularity. We got to start walking right. It ain't about talking, man. Look, people that talk all day, you get left with a pile of it at the end of the day. And what is a pile of worth? Nothing. It's worthless. Look, man, faith without work is dead. You got to put the work in, man. Dreams without goals is nothing. It's just pipe dreams. It's unicorns. Look, man, you got to start setting some goals. You got to start knocking those goals down. Put in the work, regardless of how hard it is. Ask for help if you need it. But regardless, and sometimes that's a hard thing to do, asking for help. But once again, we got to start choosing the hard way. We got to get out of what we used to do. We got to get out of, I can't, I won't. Yes, you will, and you can. Look, man, sometimes we make it harder than what it need to be. It's really simple. Now, see, we get simple and hard confused sometimes. It's simple directions. Do it. No matter how hard it is, easier said than done, we get that type of thinking out. When I say simple and hard, it's simple directions, man. Just follow the way. Do what you got to do. Don't operate off of feelings. Operate off of priority. Prioritize it. It's not a popularity contest. No matter who's watching, every day you get up, put your boots on, and go to work. Now, let's say you ask somebody, how do you climb a mountain? Simple directions. You climb it. Now, is it easy? No, it's by all means necessary. It's definitely not an easy task. It's going to take some hard work, step by step by step by step. But the directions is simple. You keep going. You keep going. You keep going till you get to the top, man. Look, today in 2025, we're going to choose the hard way, man. Get yourself some spiritual principles. Start practicing honesty. Start practicing some patience, kindness. Treat people how they want to be treat people how you want to be treated. Look, man, it's the golden rule. Turn the other cheek. Show some forgiveness. Stop being sarcastic. Look, all these things are not easy to do by any means. But what I'm saying is we got to start choosing the hard way if we want to get to bigger successes, if we want to get to greater things. Look, Rome wasn't built in a day. Anything that's worth having doesn't come easy. When are we going to realize that? When are we finally going to stop wanting these microwave fixes? When are we going to stop wanting these steroid muscles and get in the gym? Choose the hard way. This is your guy, Guitar K. And just for the day, man, I'm not looking for the comfortable, easy way. I'm not looking for the fast way. Right now, I'm taking the long way around. Because when you take them shortcuts, you end up in some back alleys seeing some things that you never was meant to see, man. Look, I'm taking the scenic route. And I'm going to get there. Slow and steady. Slow motion is better than no motion. Slow money is better than no money. But I will get there. One day at a time. If you improve 1% every day for 1 year, in 1 year, imagine how great you will be. Take the hard way. This is your guy, Guitar K. Be more